Today's verse, Genesis chapter 5, verses 1 to 32. And here again, we see the sons of God, the sons of Seth, and they began to call the name of the fourth generation. And Adam named his son Seth, for God has appointed another seed instead of him to be an heir in his place. And afterward, Adam lived for 930 years and had other sons and daughters. Now all the days that Adam was alive on earth were 2,300 years. Then he died, and Seth lived after his father Adam for 912 years and had sons and daughters. And Seth had a son when he was 100 years old, and he called his son Enosh. And mankind began to call upon the name of the Lord. Before this, they did not have this knowledge. Oh, what a wonderful thing to know God by name. And this is the God who made the earth and made man. This is the God who spoke and brought everything into existence. And now we can call upon his name. This is the God who judges the earth. This is the God who rules in the affairs of men. And now we can call upon his name. And this is the God who will one day return to earth to establish his kingdom. And we can call upon his name. And it says that mankind began to call upon the name of the Lord. That would include Seth and his sons and his daughters, as well as Adam and Eve, if they had not already been released from this earth by death. Then Enosh lived for 905 years and had sons and daughters. And Enosh had a son when he was 105 years old, and he called his name Kenan. And Kenan lived after Enosh for 705 years and had sons and daughters. And Kenan had a son when he was 100 years old, and he called his name Mahalalel. And Mahalalel lived for 655 years and had sons and daughters. And Mahalalel had a son when he was 100 years old, and he called his name Jared. And Jared lived for 450 years and had sons and daughters. And Jared had a son when he was 100 years old, and he called his name Enoch. And Enoch walked with God, and he was not, for God took him. He walked with God. This means he spent time with God. It means he talked with God. It means he had fellowship with God. It means he followed God. It means he obeyed God. And then it says he was not, for God took him. What does that mean? Well, it means he was taken by God. It doesn't mean he died. If you look at the previous verses, it tells us how long each of these people lived. But for Enoch, it doesn't say how long he lived. It only says he was not, for God took him. And that's because he was taken up into heaven without seeing death. And this is the only person in the Bible that we know of that this happened to, other than Elijah, where God just took them without allowing them to experience death. And so we see that Enoch walked with God. And then the next one is not really the next generation, but it's a different line. It's a different family tree. It goes back to Cain, the son of Adam and Eve, where we see Cain had a son when he was 18 years old, and he called his name Enoch. And Enoch lived for 75 years and had sons and daughters. And we see that Enoch, the son of Cain, also walked with God, for he built a city and called it Enoch after his own name. Now, there's some debate about whether or not this Enoch is the same person as the previous Enoch, the one that was taken by God, or if this is a different Enoch. But either way, both of these Enochs are described as walking with God. And so we see here a couple things. We see that these people, they lived long lives. They lived hundreds of years. The earth was filled with giants during this time. They lived long lives. Secondly, we see that these people, they had families. They had many children and grandchildren. And thirdly, we see that those who walk with God are taken by God. They're taken away from this earth in this life. And sometimes that happens through death. And sometimes that happens through a miracle. In either case, these men walked with God.